Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Korash. Double honor to the apostles of the Great Millstone. And shout out to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Damn, with charity. And that's the topic, I'm going to hop right into it, And it's going to have balance to it. It's going to have the balance because... Let's just read. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 9. But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of the Most High to love one another. And the point of this verse this time that has been brought out is the latter part, which is, for ye yourselves are taught of the Most High to love one another. So these scriptures mentions, hell, the sum of the law is brotherly love, right? That's the sum of the law. That's what this whole thing is about, all right? Charity, And charity don't mean just love. Charity is, when you go into that word, it means love, feast. So what's that? Love times 10. All right, it's that extra. All right, love plus. What did it say? Charity believeth all things, endureth all things. All right? So that's the charity, the way you patient one another, the way we let things go, shit happens, all right, the way we help each other out. And that's really the point of this lesson, all right, is the help, all right, and not just financially, man, so focused on services. Because Satan does his job. He tries to cause division. He tries to get you to murmur, to scoff at helping, all right? But that love should counteract that. Like, it should be like, nah, this is my brother. I want to help. And again, I'll put the balance on it. Because the flip side is love, like, hey, I tell Jake, look, love's a two-way street. Just because this brother got it or this brother's able to do this particular service, that don't mean he should do it free every time. No. Love's a two-way street. Of course, every brother's going to want a deal. All right? So, and the best deal is free, right? But at the same time, a brother should want to pay to make sure your brother is straight. It got to be a balance. You can't expect everything for free, man. You got to... Love is also wanting to pay your brother, all right, so he can have something. That he using his talent to help. Sometimes you got to insist on paying. Sometimes you accept the blessing and it is what it is. But the point is the balance. This is a two-way street. You can't just always want to receive, man. And on the flip side, say we are dealing with the poor and needy. Some bros ain't got it. So the Lord got us. When those services done or lending happens, the Lord got us. And that don't mean just when it's a brother that can't do stuff. It's through the Spirit. Hey, the Lord loves a cheerful giver. Just don't let Satan put that murmuring spirit on you. Well, you scoffing, Jake, because they asking for fucking help. And you forget they're in the lowest state too. You start scoffing, saying shit. Hey, look. The Lord loves a cheerful giver. All right? I heard there was a brother that's not among us. He made this scoff on us. Somebody needed a ride or something. Which brothers to help Jake out with cars and all type of shit. I'm trying to think if that particular brother that got help for that whip. I think that he did. Either way, it don't matter. A brother had needed a ride. And his response was, this car don't run on charity. So he was talking about he need gas money. He said his cow don't run on charity. Like he scoffed. Jake got to be careful with that scoffing. It's a balance. Sometimes it's, because Jake will try to take advantage, but sometimes you be like, damn, you know. But just be careful. Don't let that spirit seep into now. You can't be charitable. All right. And yes, services count as charity. So let's grab Come on, man. That phone. I want to grab this just for the sake of the spirit of the law. This is Deuteronomy 15. And No, let me start up, yeah. During 15:7. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother. But thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him, and shall surely lend him sufficient for his need, and that what he wanted. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy brother, and thou givest him naught, and he cry unto the Lord against thee, and it be sent unto thee. So, Jake, this is talking about lending bread, right? But the point is, this man is in need and want. And part of being a brotherly is helping out, each other. All right? But it said, don't let that thought get... I ain't going to do it because it's close to the 7th year. I'm not going to get this back. It's saying don't worry about if you don't get nothing back for it. Don't harden your heart. All right? Thou shalt surely give him... And again, that don't mean it's going off of wanting payment for services or wanting to get paid back. All right? But it's about understanding that sometimes it's not going to happen, and being brotherly enough to know, what is my brother, in this situation, it's cool. I'm like, I got you. And sometimes shit happens. We may not get that back. All right? But the Lord got us. And again, the balance is going to come out because, look, Jake, don't take advantage, man. Thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him. Cheerful giver, man. Otherwise, don't do it. Otherwise, just don't do it. Let me see. 12:1. Damn. That's a good one, okay. This is a good one. This is Sirach 41. This ain't what I wanted, but we're here. 41 and 16. Therefore be ashamed according to my word, for it is not good to retain all shamefacedness, neither is it altogether approved in everything. So there's a time when you should be sorry for stuff. There's a time you shouldn't be. All right. Stop saying Shalaki all the time, but that's another story. But I'm gonna jump down. So this is one of the things that you should be sorry for, ashamed for. It says, 21, and to turn away thy face from thy kinsmen. So to turn your back on your brother, that's something worthy to be ashamed of, man. All right, but that's not what I wanted. Let me see. It's basically like your gift won't be accepted if you give it with curse or like rude words or something. I'm butchering. I know the sense of it, but I can't word it right. This is a good one too. To not be in this spirit. This Sirach, this may be what I was thinking about. Sirach 20 and 14. The gift of a fool should do thee no good when thou hast it, neither yet of the envious for his necessity. All right. So an envious man, he gives a gift because of necessity, because he's not satisfied. He gonna want that shit right back. All right. Or he want extra. He want many favors. Shit. He's not satisfied. Okay. For he looketh to receive many things for one. He giveth little, he giveth little, and upbraideth much. He openeth his mouth like a crier. Today he lendeth, and tomorrow will he ask it again. He on your ass. When I'm gonna get it back? When I'm gonna get it back? You might as well not have gave it. Such a one is to be hated of God and man. There you go. You might as well not have gave it, man. You give it or you do it and you just own Jake like, don't give it then. Shit. End of the day, we serve the Lord, man, and we dealing with the Lord's children, his sons, his friends. The Lord got us. So there's you know how they got like a sore loser? There's a thing called a sore winner. You got people that's terrible at receiving loans. Receiving loans. You got people that's terrible at giving. They'll give but be bitter about it. Expect the world from you because they gave you something. Plus, the hawk you down, be on your ass. And again, we're talking about dealing with brothers, and stuff like that. This is about dealing with the Israelites. Let me say it like that, our people. When I say our people, I mean our people, not niggas. All right? In fact, since I said that, I might as well grab this now. This is Sirach 12 and 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. So this let you know there's not just money, it's also services, whatever the good you're doing. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High. Well, this thing is about faith, man. You got to believe that. A faithless man ain't going to believe that the Lord will look out for him for helping his servant out. So we got multiple reasons to help, to do it when we, can, because it's a balance. For one, out of love. For two, because of the Lord. Like, this covers a multitude of sins, man. All right? There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil. So a wicked man, of course, ain't going to receive good. But then it says what? Nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. So this is what it's talking about, man. Helping out the men of the Lord. Give well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. I had to sneeze. Salakia. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. That's plain. Don't help the ungodly. Hold back thy bread and give it unto him, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done to him. So basically, help the wicked out. You get fucked over, man. All right. For the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good and help not a sinner. All right. Give unto the good and help not a sinner. So remember who we dealing with, man. These are the men of the Lord. Our brothers. And that goes both ways, man. Don't just take advantage of Jake, man. We all in the Lord stay together, shit. Deuteronomy 15 and 10. Thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved. The Lord loveth the cheerful giver. When thou givest unto him, because that for this thing Yahweh thy power shall bless thee in all thy works, and all that thou puttest thy hand unto. All right? So the Lord is going to increase you. Just off you being charitable, I use the brother Rala because he talks about it. And he's simply just a great example of this. The brother works on anybody that came from out of state. A lot of brothers know this already. All right. He works on cars, and when I say side hustle, I mean like real shit, not some nigga that's selling crack or something like that. No, I mean legit shit. All right. All right. Not some shit that's fucking some nigga over or some shit like that. Some whatever. Anyway, his brother, he works on cars. And sometimes, he do it for free a lot. He just off of love, and he'll say, the Lord to look out, the Lord to bless. He'll say it. And sometimes it's like, bro, can I get $50? And it's like Jake should already be willing to hook him up anyway. And the Lord, look out for the bro a lot. Because he's very charitable. But also, Jake as a brother should also want to make sure, let me help him with, let me do something. He'll go out his way to make sure it's fixed. He go get the parts for you. Do it all, man. Using his gas, go get the part. The man that worked out a way to get the discount at the man. The Lord bless. He done worked out to get a discount at the part store. As a brother, you should be like, if I can, let me hook him up. Or even, let's say it's free of charge, right? He don't want nothing. But he done hooked you up. All right? We all in Lord State. Something arise, maybe it don't arise. Just to hit him up, just to look back out for him, man. That's also part of that's a sacrifice in a sense, man. Let me grab that. That's Sirach 35. That's the sweet sacrifice. Sirach 35 and 1. He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh heed to the commandment offereth the peace offering. He that requiteth a good turn offereth fine flour. Let's look up this word for requite. Requite. To make return for repay. To make suitable return to for a benefit or service. All right, it says or for injury. But the point is to make suitable return to for a benefit or service. All right, to compensate. So basically, this is the type of person that he done looked out for you before multiple times, once, whatever the case may be. You got a chance to do good, or this brother's down, and you able to actually help, or you just got a chance to do good. Hey, it's a he that requited the good turn offereth fine flour. You helping this brother out, paying this brother back, or looking out for this brother after he done looked out for you. That's like an offering to the priest. This is how it's counted. It's like an offering to the priest. And he that giveth alms sacrifice praise. So you don't want to be in that spirit of just receiving. Even if it's a brother that don't want nothing. You don't want to be in the spirit of just receiving from him. All right? And say you in a lower state, you don't be having no extra bread at all. Let's just say that, hey, brothers be needing help with other shit. Hit a bro up, see what he need help with. I'm sure you drink. Hit the bro up, see if you want to drink with you. Offer some services. A brother may want to clean out a garage, anything. He may do some yard work. However you can help them out. And that requiring a good turn, it's heavy. It goes even on the spiritual level. Hey, this going, a little side note on helping out the older brothers in your camp. And I say older, I mean the men that's been teaching, man. All right? Not just in age, but that's in teaching. And it talks about, you have reaped my spiritual things, shall I not reap your carnal things. That's what Paul said. So remember the men that's in your camps that's been teaching you this word, that's been dealing. Some of these men their life should be easier. A little bit easier, because they should be able to reap our carnal things. Whether it's services, whether it's financial, whatever the case may be. All right? Verse 5, for all these things are done because of the commandment. Shit, you better remember that commandment. Get Satan off your ass. And sometimes Satan gonna be there. We just gotta balance it out. Think the right things, man. It is what it is. The offering of the righteous maketh the altar fat, and the sweet savor thereof is before the Most High. The sacrifice of adjustment is acceptable, and the memorial thereof shall never be forgotten. Give the Lord his honor with the good eye, and diminish not the first fruits of thine hands. And all thy gifts show a cheerful countenance, and dedicate thy tithes with gladness. This should be a joy to do, to look out for bros, to help one another out. On both sides, because it's a two-way street, man. Give unto the Most High according as he hath enriched thee, and as thou hast gotten, give with a cheerful eye. For the Lord recompenseth and will give thee 7 times as much. All right? And it's Yahweh Shai said, well, you've done it to these little ones, you have done it to me. So these things that we're doing, hey, for Yahweh Shai, to Yahweh Shai, man. What was the other one? Sirach 4. Sirach 4:31. Let not thine hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay. All right? So it ain't no just being a receiver, man. You got to be a giver too. All right? You available when it's time to get some shit, but when it's something you can do, a way you can pay it back. May not be financially, but when it's a way you can pay it back, your ass ain't to be found. And brethren, when shit like that do happen, don't let that harden your heart to where now you don't want to help or, be there for the next brother or lend to the next brother because this brother or this nigga took advantage. And I said both because sometimes it's just brothers got to learn, and sometimes brothers don't even realize what they doing. But then you also got niggas who ain't around that really took advantage and they ain't around. Don't let that discourage you, man. And some bros just ain't got it. So he ain't been a nigga, he just fucked up. And shit some bros is just always something. And you see him making the moves and doing, and it's just always something. It is what it is. Don't let that discourage you. Expect for helping that brother or the next. All right? So it's just, I think that is a Sirach 35. No, that's not that. That's the other one. Sirach 29. He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor. That word lend goes back to the Old English lane, which means gift. All right? So not just temporary or future return, but also it says gift or reward. It says originally to let have, to leave to someone. All right? So every sense of the word, man, he that is merciful will lend to his neighbor, and he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments. Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor again in due season. So it's twofold. I mean, both, that two-way street. Lend out, help them out. And when you get help, hey, make sure you pay it in due season. Do what you got to do to make that repayment. Proverbs 6:1. My son, hey, bro, let me hold this, man. I got you next week on such and such date. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, that's that surety. Thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself, and thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go, humble thyself, and make sure thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Just turn up to pay your friend back. So they don't even have to deal with Satan trying to come bother them with them thoughts, man. All right. Sirach 29 and 2. Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor again in due season. Keep thy word and deal faithfully with him, and thou shalt always find a thing that is necessary for thee. And yeah, you know what? You get a name for yourself as the one who pays his loans back. And that's a great name to have in Israel. Hey, 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 to be known as the one who actually makes those payments back, that's a great fucking name. That brother always paid. And you know what? You got a name like that, you able to always have the thing that is necessary for thee. A motherfucker, my man hooking you up looking out. It's like having good credit. They ain't gonna mind lending to you. I know he good for it. Hell, even name like that allows some motherfucker, you know what, you good on this one. Many, when the thing was lent to them, reckoned it to be found. This wasn't a loan, I found this. You forgot that this was supposed to be paid back. And put them to trouble to help them. Now this brother's in the gym. He looking out. He done had surety. He probably had a little cushion, so he's thinking, I'll get it back in this amount of time or around some time frame, a decent, reasonable time frame, so I can afford to do this for this moment. And now he in trouble. So he has received, he will kiss a man's hand, be extra nice, and for his neighbor's money, he will speak submissively, humble himself. But when he should repay, he will prolong the time and return words of grief and complain at the time. Man, you ain't give me no time, man. It's only been a month. Hey, and the niggas in the world got it bad. They say that you owe me about that little light $60. Well, if it's little and light, then why it can't be paid back? All it was. If it's all it was, then shit, it should be nothing to pay back. It was just. If it's just XYZ, then why is it so hard to pay? Because it ain't just, it ain't light, it ain't little. That ain't the right spirit to be in, man. And that's the balance, paying a brother back for services or to repay, actual money lent. He paid him with cursings and railings. And for honor, he will pay him with disgrace. That's some straight nigger shit, man. I actually skipped something. Hold on. Verse 6. Let me start. I'll skip the whole verse. If he prevail, he shall hardly receive the half. He will count as if he had found it. So a nigga like that, you lucky give you half of it back, man. That's crazy. If not, he have deprived him of his money, and he hath gotten him an enemy without cause. That's why it says, go make surety of thy friend in Proverbs 6. Communicate, make sure you showing that you working to get this shit handled. And if it can't get handled, well, brother, I can do XYZ for you. Talk it out, man. Both parties got to be understanding. He hath gotten him an enemy without cause. Do not let yourself become an enemy, man. And damn sure don't go this fucking far. He paved him with cursing and railings, and for honor he will pay him disgrace. Many therefore have refused to lend for other men's ill dealing, fearing to be defrauded. And that's you hear certain accounts about different men that have been around and did take advantage. And that'll put a sour or bitter spirit on certain Jake. But all you doing when you will let that sit in is cutting off your own mercies, man. Can't think it like that, man. That's not charity. Charity believeth all things. This is a brother until further notice. And don't worry, anybody in the wrong, they will get exposed, and the Lord gonna deal with them, and the Lord gonna bless you. Many therefore have refused to lend for other men's ill dealing, fearing to be defrauded. Yet have thou patience with the man in a poor estate, and delay not to show him mercy. And that's the point about being understanding. Help the poor for the commandment's sake, and turn him not away because of his poverty. Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend, and let it not rust under a stone to be lost. And services is, well, you do a service, you get paid for. So that's also money. That's your money. That's your way of life. Lose thy money for thy brother, man. Sometimes it is what it is, man. Lay up thy treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and it shall bring thee more profit than gold. And sometimes that loan, that service, the payment of just doing it for a serving the Lord, that alone is a bigger payment than any monetary gain you can get, any USDs you can get. Shut up alms in thy storehouses, and it shall deliver thee from all affliction. It shall fight for thee against thine enemies, better than a mighty shield and a strong spear. You building up your bank account. That's the right spirit to have, man. All right. Forget not the friendship of thy surety, for he hath given his life for thee. See, this is this living, whether it's money or a service he's doing. Don't forget that, man. Don't forget it's your friend that did this, man. A sinner will overthrow the good estate of his surety. Now your word don't mean nothing. Now you're not a person, a reliable person. Now you becoming an enemy, man. And he that is of an unthankful mind will leave him in danger that delivered him. This man that helped you, and you can't help him back. You can't look back out. Come on. Suretyship hath undone many of good estate, and shaken them as a wave of the sea. Mighty men have driven from their houses, so that they wandered among strange nations, man. I did want this verse 20. I keep going there. A wicked man transgressing the commandments of the Lord shall fall into suretyship. In fact, let's grab this word for suretyship. I looked up everything else. Suretyship, the contractual relationship in which a surety engages to answer for the debt or default of a principal to a third party. The state of being surety, the obligation of a person to answer for another and make good any debt or loss which may occur from another's delinquency. All right, and this is basically going into being the one that's responsible for paying the debt. To sum it up, whether it's your own, but also what they have like a co-signer. A wicked man transgressing the commandments of the Lord shall fall into suretyship. And he that undertaketh and followeth other men's business for gain shall fall into suits. Verse 20. Help thy neighbor according to thy power, and beware that thou thyself fall not into the same. So there's a balance. All right? It's a balance to being a giver. Don't put yourself in the same situation where you now need, okay? So don't be tight-handed and don't be too loose. It's about everything in the scripture is about balance, man. Don't be too loose and don't be too tight, man. Pause. All right. And I ended on this. Lord willing, let's see. Here's the 1 John. I have one more that, but this is good. 1 John 3 and 16. Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High. Nope. 1 John 3:16. Hereby perceive we the love, because of God is added. Hereby perceive we the love of God, the love of a God, Because he laid down his life for us, and that's not the Most High. That's Yahweh Shai. That's why I changed it from what I originally said. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. But whoso have this world's good, and seeth his brothers have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. And hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before him. This is how we assure ourselves. You can answer this question with a sincere yes, without a shadow of doubt. Do I love the brethren, not just in word, but in deed? So I'm showing this love and in truth. I'm in the right spirit. I'm pushing out the word, doing the work. And you can have some confidence, not in yourself, as in the Lord, because he's not a man that he shall lie, that you're as of now in the lot of the elect. All you have to do is continue. All right? So, hopefully it's edifying. All praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostle of the great millstone. And Satish brothers doing this thing in sincerity, truth, and with charity. Shalom, wa Baba Ball.